but not quite tall enough to have a second floor.
There might be stuff in there.
Or even better, things.
We should check it out.
Well, let me
that's
give
Jack's
you
house.
guys
Jack will take point.
a bit of an idea of where you guys are. First thing you would see is the structure, but as you get closer, you would see there is more beyond it, and the road does fork. Well, from what you can tell, it has two, or, well, used to have two doors, about 4 feet across, 8 feet tall. There are no doors in the openings, though. You can see what looks like remains of iron banding, indicating that there once was doors. And further in, you can sort of see stuff. It's a bit hard
I
to tell from the
second the
road.
notion for stuff.
You're about, let's see, the structure's 200 feet long, so you're about 80 feet from the structure if you're on the road. It's big. It's hard to tell what's inside. Like its roof is intact. It's dark inside. You're 80 feet away on the road. Yeah. The structure is about 200 feet long, and that section between the structure and the road is about 80 feet. So you guys would have to either drive over there or dismount and go over there.
Maybe we should take a gander.
I was just gonna pass you my night vision goggles.
Beep.
Right. Yeah, as you get closer, the architecture does look familiar to you. It's similar to that watchtower you guys previously spent a night in. Similar Gothic arches over the doors, and not exactly a whole lot of frill in the stone design. So there's about a 8-foot overhang, and that's like stairs going up to it. So you're looking up at it, and the ground level is, other than Jack, at basically like the ground level of inside the building is eye level for all of you. Jack can see ever so slightly further, because he's taller.
Well, go inside.
I follow.
No, I mean I was telling someone, like pointing to Jack. Jack, go inside.
Oh, I want to go inside.
Oh,
Well, you
you
can
you
go
go as
too.
well. Important rule for wizards: never go inside the strange building first.
Well, I mean, you could just send Fireball in, Ambassador
I'll go with my
Fireball.
friend Jack. We're gonna go look inside.
Yes, Jack, check it out.
All right. Yeah, and you guys start climbing the stairs to get in, and in front of you, it looks pretty big open space. There's
Test.
bays on both sides, and for the most part, beyond that is, more doors. The bays on both sides look like they might have been lockers at some point. They're pretty uniform in their design.
Well, if they're not immediately, attacked, I guess I'll head in. And I'm sorry, I'm just having trouble picturing the inside of this. What's it look like?
Like a ready room, like a combat ready room.
What does
Oh,
that mean?
thanks for your fucking great description.
I have no idea what that means.
Think like lockers on both sides. Imagine if the place was just full of weapons to run and grab for soldiers.
So it's an armory.
How
Not
big is
quite.
the room?
More like a barracks.
It's way bigger than an armory. Like an armory would be like where you lock up the good weapons. This is like an armory scaled up.
Do you have a map of the room?
No, I didn't make this particular building.
You motherfucker.
So how big is the room?
The room you are currently standing in is like 50 by 70.
Okay. How many ways in and out?
2. The way you came in, well, 3, sorry. And 2 doors on your left and your right ahead of you.
How tall was the structure from the outside?
Ground up about 20-ish feet. The ceiling is about 15 feet above you, so math checks out.
So it's a single story structure.
It's really
Okay.
tall.
Well, and I guess I'd like to take a look around the room then and check for secrets and hidden things.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Okay, I just drew a quick mock-up.
Is there anyone that can offer me guidance?
Actually, with a red square, that's nothing.
You're doing very good. Can't give you guidance.
Looks like that thing right there. Just do that.
I can give guidance. If it's investigation, I can also assist.
I already got advantage because I got advantage on investigations and stuff for secret for secret stuff. It was more I was just fishing for the D4.
Gotcha.
All right.
Wait,
Yeah,
I should
and you
probably
go through this. Also, I didn't draw. There's another wall down the middle that's, at about chest height. Similar construction of bays that you would stash weapons in. It's just a really big armory, if anything. All right,
Okay.
30. You don't really find anything.
So all these lockers are empty?
Yep. There's nothing locked. There's not even locks on any of the. It is completely barren.
What's the floor made out of?
Slate tiles.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess you move on then to the next room.
Yep.
We'll send
So before
Connie and
you are
Jack in
to-
first, and then I'll
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah, so those 2 openings are, roughly doors. There's no doors in the frames.
Okay.
So you can see past, and it looks like a very large barracks. So as Jack and Connie enter the room, imagine beds. I drew this in literally 30 seconds.
Is that like Imagine Dragons?
Okay.
I think Imagine Beds would be a better band.
It's more of a bard thing, yeah.
Take it
Well, yeah,
away, Connie.
You do see a room full of beds and open foot lockers.
You guys hear a weird, like, synthetic DJ noise coming from Connie.
No, where's the brother, by the way, Jake?
He's finishing up a game of CS:GO.
I'm just
What
not being
a prick.
sneaky then.
But it's okay. You have the slut dragon already, so it's all good.
That's the important bit.
But yeah, so it's a pretty large room. It's 75 feet north to south, or I'm sorry, east to west. The rotation. My bad. And then north to south, it's about 150 feet. And it's basically full to the brim with bunk beds. No cloth nor cotton on any of them,
Stripped
just
completely.
the frames. Yep,
No mattresses.
that would be included in cloth and cotton.
I guess fair point.
Well, I guess I'll check for secrets and hidden things.
All right. Go ahead and give me that roll.
1d8.
All right. Yeah, as you're poking about, you do notice that those slate tiles that you've been seeing everywhere, one of the ones tucked in the back corner is disleveled. It's not quite in line with it, kind of sticks out as, yeah, you'd stash shit there.
Well, I'll mosey on over and take a look, check it for traps.
All right. Go ahead and give me another investigation for that. Right. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's trapped. It's,
Oh,
a 2-foot
pull up the
square
tile.
tile of slate.
I've got a crowbar,
All right,
so I'll
give me a
just work.
strength check. Okay, yeah, give me a strength check with advantage then. It's a slate tile that's 2 foot by 2 foot.
All right.
Yeah, with the crowbar, you're easily able to leverage it up and pry it open and throw it back. Jack even pauses for a second. And beneath, there is a chest. It's about 6 inches tall, maybe about 12 inches like depth, and 2 feet long. It's nice, but it's seen better days.
When I checked for traps, did I check if this chest in its position is trapped? Like that removing it might trigger something?
No, that was just to check to see if the slate tile was trapped. You couldn't have checked this for traps.
Yeah.
Underneath the 2-foot tile.
That's why I'm asking.
That was just checking the tile.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Yeah, so I'd like to check this for traps, see if moving it will trigger anything.
Nope, it doesn't look like it's.
I pull it up and out.
All right, yeah. Just lodge it. It's kind of heavy, but not as heavy as the slate tile, and you pull it up nice and free. There's clasps on it, but they're not locks.
All right. And then I guess I check the chest to see if it is trapped if I open it.
Your 13 would cover it. It's not
Ah,
trapped.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, then I throw it up.
Yeah, you would have checked the lid too. All right. Inside are 4 really nice looking bottles of booze.
I like booze. Connie drinks it.
Hold on. It might be poisoned.
I don't care. Connie drinks a bottle.
All right. I see what
You
happened.
down
when
an
Connie
entire bottle.
Fuck yeah.
You realize these are like 175s. They're big bottles.
Okay, I go through like a quarter of it.
Like these are massive bottles of whiskey.
Enough for a
All
random
right,
hole
yeah.
to mysteriously appear in the middle of the room. And
You'll still need to make a con save. That is a lot of alcohol you just swilled.
Connie's ready to get down. Does she have
Jack hasn't.
advantage?
I'm surprised Jack hasn't chimed in yet.
Based on Connie's background, she does not have advantage from being, Connie.
Nope.
Fine.
All right. You guys, Connie is feeling it.
Connie's ready to get down. Connie starts shaking her ass.
All right, Connie, give me another con save. This one at disadvantage.
Ooh. Oh, fuck.
What the hell is that?
How much did you drink in real life?
Bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine. Yep.
A Magnum?
All right. 7. Yeah, you are not holding your liquor. This is some strong stuff. You
Sweet.
are vomiting.
It's a good shit.
Sweet.
And
Okay.
yeah, you're out of it. You've gained a level of exhaustion by doing that.
Ah, that's no fun.
Well, your
No.
consequences, your choices.
You know, Connie,
Consequences.
if you're looking for a early ticket to go see the gods, there are easier and less painful ways to do it.
You're probably right, but hey, here we are.
I mean, mechanically, a level of exhaustion is about as close as I can get for you're really fucked right now.
Hmm.
You can still walk and you can still fight. But your singing has taken a hit.
Hmm.
All right. But yeah, so there are 3 3/4 bottles now. The 3 that Connie
Ruffles.
didn't get a hold of are intact. Their seals are good. Go ahead.
Have you ever seen a drunk person try to run? That might be 2 levels of exhaustion.
No, she's just getting to that point. That's just 1 level ability checks.
Oh yeah, Connie's a blast, dude.
And she definitely is right now. I'm pretty sure Alar is confiscating the booze.
Connie fucks.
Confiscating the what?
Well, I'm like checking it out,
what?
checking, make sure it's not poisoned or anything. So we let Connie drink some of it first.
Doesn't seem like it was poisonous.
Well, it's
It
not
just
poisonous.
seems like it was strong.
Okay.
Connie would know. She gets down.
Yeah.
The 3 intact bottles, since your background gives you this ability,
Mhm.
are worth about, you figure you could get easily 500 gold a piece just selling them on the market. If you took them to auction, you could probably get over 2,000 a bottle.
Mhm.
The markings are unfamiliar though, but you can tell this
Unfamiliar
is
in
some
what
old
way?
booze. They're just not registering, like you don't recognize them immediately.
As in, it does not appear to be writing.
No. It's writing and markings, but it's not in common. It's not in any language or anything like that. It's just stamps of symbols.
Gotcha. So it's an unfamiliar logo.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And there's no writing to kind of back it up. The one thing of note is it doesn't match Calderan markings.
Sure. So I'll turn to Jack and be like, "Hey, Jack, these are like some like really nice, expensive big bottles of booze. Do you recognize the maker of them?" So as I kind of like just hold one up by the neck.
Give them the open ones and
Connie
keep the unopened
belligerently
ones out of
interrupts.
sight.
That's
Jack?
it. She doesn't say anything.
Mister,
What?
your booze appraisal skills have been called into question.
I'm staying on character.
Drinking.
Well,
Yeah,
no. First, hold
yeah.
on. I was wondering if you could identify the booze, like who made it.
Oh well, yeah, maybe.
I start shaking my ass.
All right. Yeah, Jack, go ahead and give me a history check.
Yeah. Ignore the dancing dragonborn.
Don't ignore the
Usually
dancing
do.
dragon. She's all about the.
I usually do ignore the dancing dragon.
I shake my ass even harder. I try to seduce Jack.
Be gone, thought.
Said no drunk person ever.
Hey, I can't keep
Yeah.
up with what Connie decides to do. She's a slut dragon. I mean, seriously, guys.
So, since Connie opened one of the bottles, Jack, you're able to kind of get a good sniff of it, and you take a swill and swish it around your mouth like a proper whiskey taster. And then you take another swill and another swill, and no, you're not sure where it's from or how old it is, but damn, is it really good.
That's for sure.
Piss off both of them.
This
just
is the
cast
best
Purify
whiskey
Fruit
you
Drink.
have ever had. Like,
It
this
is
is good shit.
Fucking delicious.
But as for its origins, you've got no clue.
With my time in the big city, would I know where it's from?
Sure, you can give me a history check.
Ooh, would I get advantage because I
No,
tend to
you have
do this-
disadvantage because you're drunk.
You're no fun. I don't think you know how this game works. Fuck.
You're just living in the moment. You pause, interrupt the party, and go, "Oh wait, I want another drink," and reach for the bottle.
Now you're making words for me. Connie's her own lady.
This doesn't happen to be a.
I'm in
was it?
character as
Val-
fuck right now. That's
This
what this
doesn't
is.
happen to be a Valoran company that I would recognize, would it?
No, it's not Valoran dialect.
I'll
It is
fucking know that.
definitely not Elvish, the iconography.
Right, so there's like really good, really expensive bottles of booze. They're not really anything special other than that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think Jack is our resident purveyor of the alcohol, so I'll just give the bottles to Jack to have him do what he will with. No way that goes wrong.
Can't be
We'll
worse.
probably
than
drink them
Connie.
in a session or two. I'll split them with Connie, definitely.
Connie drinks another half swig.
You're drinking another half of the bottle?
No, I'll be good.
Okay. Oh, you meant an actual, like, half swig. Like, you splash a little in your mouth and go, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Oh, they've actually
She
got a name
takes
for
a
that.
she
the
takes a
of
swig and then
regret.
vomits in her mouth a little bit.
I've done that. Oh, I definitely should have taken that drink. All right.
She's like, it might be French.
Oh, sorry, I'm late.
All right. Welcome, sir.
Took a little longer. We ended up fucking tying.
Nobody cares what you say.
Mm.
Benny's drunk. Jake's drunk too.
Oh, do I go get my beers too? Is that what we're doing?
We found some nice expensive booze in a little barracks that we found, and Connie drank like half a bottle, and then I gave the other 3 closed ones to Jack, since he's our resident,
Connie-
you know.
Connie's
Booze
ready to
hound.
throw down, dude.
Let's do this then. Fuck is my sheet? There it is.
All right. But yeah, you guys are standing in this barracks room. Connie's getting her party on.
Fuck yeah. By yourself, dancing in a crowded, lonely room.
I
don't
was
know.
gonna-
There's a song.
Yeah. Crowded? Yeah, you're right.
Well, after I hand the bottles off to Jack, I'll just check out the chest again to see if there's anything hidden inside the chest.
You cut out, I think.
All right. After I hand off the bottles to Jack, I check the chest for any other like secrets or hidden things.
All right. Yeah, you don't have to roll. It was just a velvet lined, wooden box. Your best guess is it probably was snagged off of an inventory by an E4 Mafia and smuggled into the barracks and hidden here and, well, forgotten about.
Okay. And then I'll just go back to that hole and check it to make sure that there's nothing else hidden in it, like that was underneath the chest.
Nope, nothing's there. Just hole
Okay.
in the dirt.
Any other way out of this room?
Nope.
All right, we leave.
Surprisingly confining for how large of a room it is. All right. So yeah, you guys go back out. Get back to your horses and wagons. They're all still there. The wheels are still intact and attached.
Does the inside of the building look about the same size as it does from the outside? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, if you're to, just take a quick pace and kind of do the thumb eyeball measuring, you're like, yeah, it's about the same length.
yeah, let's see. That wall's about a thumb wide from the inside. It's about a thumb wide from the outside.
Yep. All the measurements measure correctly to your best guesstimate.
That other wall that's a quarter the size is also a thumb wide. I got some really weird thumbs, I guess.
Yeah, I think we continue on towards those ruins.
You're at the ruins.
So when you described the ruins to the east, it was just this one building.
No. Like, once you guys, got to the front of that, you could easily see to the east that there is much more city here.
It's a whole city?
Yes.
How
You
big?
should have mentioned that before.
Well, you really couldn't see it. The trees are pretty dense.
There's trees in here now? I thought we were in a fucking building.
No, we left the building.
You went back outside. You silly drunk.
Oh, Connie's really fucked up.
I don't think Connie's the only one.
Well, as you start walking towards the
We're not moving.
past. Oh,
How big is the city that's in front of us?
pretty big.
1,000 feet diameter? 100 feet? What's pretty big?
Medium-sized, what you'd expect to be a walled city, but it's not walled.
Okay, that doesn't answer my question.
Probably about a half a mile wide. Best guess. You're, speculating, looking through the tree line at the tiers.
What tiers?
You're in dense trees. You can barely make them out, but there are 3 tiers. Well, 2. There's the main area that is in front of you. You can see that goes to the east and the west, or the north and the south. And then you see another tier, probably about 40 feet up, but the trees are tall and closing in around you. You can't see clearly. And then above that, another tier, about 40 feet up from that.
And how far away is the edge of the city then from us currently?
You're basically standing on it, but again, you're hemmed in by pine trees. You can't see.
If we're at the
far
city, how are we hemmed in by trees?
because the trees are in the city.
There's trees.
Like the road is in front of you. There are trees.
So this isn't the only building we're seeing.
This is just getting out of hand.
No. There's a lot of them.
So what do I see?
Are you standing on the ground just looking around?
Yes.
A road ahead of you, it splits to the north and the south, and trees. And then you can just barely make out the plateaus of the tiers, but you can't tell much from where you're standing. You're far away.
So this is the only building we can see.
I mean, you can make out outlines of buildings through the trees, but you can't really tell what they are or what they're for. Again, distance, perspective.
Yeah, and again, when I asked what I saw, you completely just described a forest to me.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Like you say, there's these outlines in the trees. How far are they from us? Roughly.
500 to 600 feet is the nearest that you can make out as the edge of the plateau. Or the tier. Terrace? Terrace is the word? Yeah, terrace.
Yeah, terrace is fine. Okay, the buildings that I'm looking at through these trees are like 500-600 feet away. Do they appear to be somewhat dense over there, or is it like a building and then a bunch more trees, and then another building, a bunch more trees?
You don't see a lot of trees on the terrace. It is a lot of buildings.
So the buildings I'm seeing are up on this terrace. They're not at the ground level where I am.
No, you can't see anything at ground level because of the density of the trees. Like that, let me grab this. Hang on. So from where you're standing, because of the density of the trees, so you're at the front of that building, the road
Yeah.
splits in front of you, and you can see, like maybe a rough wall, but it's really low to the ground, and just trees. Up on the terrace, if I take a really tiny snip of that, like through the tree line, you can basically see it's not letting me fucking paste this one. Okay. Go fuck yourself.
If you take a screenshot of whatever image you've manipulated, it's usually low enough resolution that Discord will let you post it.
No, I think it was just it wasn't in the clipboard.
Ah.
Because okay, so when I originally drew this city, I drew it with the wrong horizon. So north, south, and east, west are incorrect. So I'm pulling them into another program, rotating them, and taking that and posting it so that it's actually correct north, south for you guys. That's where some of the complication is. Basically, yeah. So you can see the edge of a terrace, and on the edge of that terrace, you can see multiple buildings right up to the edge of it.
Okay, and that terrace is 500-600 feet away, is what you're saying?
Yep, and about 30-40 feet up in the air.
Okay. Which road heads that way?
Both. They kind of split. Like the terrace is north-south. The road splits to the north and the south. You're currently heading east. So both.
And both roads continue straight north and straight south, as far as I can tell?
Yeah, looking like they kind of curve and go that direction.
What direction is that direction?
North and south. They both kind of curve and go that roughly north, roughly south direction. They're not perfectly straight cardinal.
I suppose what I'm saying is, so I'm standing at this fork, right? We haven't moved. I look down that north road. Do I see all the way to the horizon then?
No.
So how
It
far do
starts
I
curving
see?
around, and there's trees and
Around what? What direction does it curve?
one to the north. It curves back east.
How far away is that curve?
About 200 feet.
Okay, and then same looking down that southerly road.
Okay, so you've moved up to the fork now, and you're looking
Yeah.
down both sides. Gotcha. Okay, so looking down the southerly road, you can see further. It's a little bit straighter, and you see a lot of buildings. But they're hemmed in by trees. So you see
How many
building, you see a bunch of trees, you see buildings, you see a bunch of
Okay,
trees.
what distance?
The nearest building is about 200, 300 feet from the T.
Okay, and that's a straight shot from this fork to those southern buildings?
Yep.
No terrace or anything in the way?
Yep. It's right there.
How many buildings approximately? Like, are we talking 2 or 3, a couple dozen?
Looking down the road as far as you can see and what you can make out through the tree, you're seeing at least a dozen structures. But it's, overgrown road.
Sure. Okay, well, let's head that way then.
All right.
So we load up all in the mounts and wagon and head south, unless someone's got a better idea or objections.
Connie doesn't know shit.
Do we have to leash Connie to the back of the carriage to keep her coming along with us?
Probably.
All right.
Probably
well,
put
that's
her
what
in
we'll
the
do.
carriage with a bucket.
No, I'm not going to let her mess up the inside of the carriage.
I'll just make like a
Is there a
baby
good
harness.
window?
I'll just make like a baby harness for Connie's backpack. Tie it to the side of the wagon so she doesn't get lost.
That's basically what I'm thinking, yeah.
Hey guys, I'm just playing in character.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm not complaining. Just got to make sure we don't
They're
lose your
also-
character is all.
They're also playing in character.
Yeah. Well, like, oh, the Dragonborn got super drunk. Well, we'll give the rest of the alcohol to Jack, and then we'll tie her up so she doesn't wander off.
Give it
Yeah,
to
listen,
Jack,
you
the somehow
Dragonborn-
responsible alcoholic.
Yeah, losing Dragonborn in the mall is bad enough. In a whole forest, that's just asking for trouble.
All right, Connie's got to go pull her sheets out of the dryer. She'll be right back.
Oh, no, you don't wander off into the forest. Oh no.
Oh no, come back. Anyway, then we go south.
All right. Yeah. Are you gonna stop at that first building or go until you find a split?
Yeah, we're going to the buildings. The buildings are the target.
All right. Well, as you start pushing your way through the trees because they've grown into the road pretty tightly, you get up to this first building. It's about 70 feet long and 15 feet deep.
How tall?
2 stories.
Windows?
Yes.
Door.
First and second floor. It looks like it's on the southern side. 1 door.
Okay. Does this look like a village that we've walked into? Is like the outskirts of an urban area?
Based on the fact that you're starting to like now that you're kind of pushing through the trees and getting to the actual structure, it looks like you're pushing to the edge of an urban area.
Okay.
You're seeing more and more buildings density-wise.
Sure. So yeah, I guess we pull right up to this building and just take a look around. What do we see?
One second. I just bricked my computer.
Ooh. That's no good.
Yeah, Inkscape's not really good at processing power. Especially when you're importing massive resolution images. The map itself is 11,000 by 16,000 resolution. Pixels. But I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to export the entire map, pull it into Inkscape, and then rotate it. Then I have the max resolution in Inkscape, and I can just snip the bits that you guys are by.
Makes sense.
All right. Oh yeah, the first building you guys come across is this guy here. The trees are denser than that. I just can't draw them dense enough in this frickin' program. But so that's that first one that's in that little bit of a notch between the little wall and the other little road. But yep, entry is to the south. Windows all around.
What do the other structures look like?
The ones that are further east, all they look very similar in like construction style and method. Like they're almost identical. Like as you look down that Swiggly Road. To your so you're looking for something that stands out, right? You're not looking for
Yeah,
a bunch
I
of
mean
cookie
these
cutters.
these. Well, I'm trying to get a general sense of, is this place abandoned? Is there
Yeah,
any
from what you can
signs
tell.
of recent activity of anything? Even animals.
I mean, animals, yeah, there's, animal life and stuff like that, but it's not like they're, flocks of birds living in every building or anything like that. Just normal forest life density.
Okay.
As terms of like age, these buildings are old and they look very well untouched. They're very unwellly touched. Not cared for. And from what you can see, all of the buildings that you can see, the doors are gone.
Okay. Okay. Let's I just want to approach this one building, take a look. Are the windows still intact, or are they just holes in the wall at this point?
It doesn't look like there's any frames. Like it looks like the windows were holes in the walls. It doesn't look like
Okay.
they were glass panes.
As I get up to that door frame, does it look like it used to have a door?
Yeah.
Okay. And was the door removed violently, or did it just like decay away?
I guess go ahead and give me an investigation check. As you try to suss out, it's really hard to say just because there's no hardware, but that doesn't say that it wasn't ripped violently away or decayed, because the hardware is in the frame, and the frame. Oh well, hang on. Yeah, sorry, violently, but it's long since decayed since that violence happened. That's just what I'm trying to say. The door might have been ripped off violently at one point in its lifetime, but that decay is so old, it's just really hard to tell.
Right, but it wasn't that the door used to be here and it's just no longer because of time.
Yeah,
It
the
looks like
door
something
didn't
broke the
melt.
door down. That's why it's not here.
Mhm.
And then in that broken state, it decayed. Is that what
Yes.
I'm getting from this? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is kind of pop out Hero, my little crow friend, and send him flying up into the air to see if he can't spot. Well, me looking through his eyes, spot any points of interest.
Are you using hero? Because you cut out.
Oh, yeah. So I'll pop Hero out, my little crow friend, have him fly up, and I'm looking through his eyes, see if I can spot any like points of interest in this little urban area.
All right, let me get you a map. All right, yeah. Hero ascends and starts circling. And this is what you see. Please hold as Inkscape makes up its mind what resolution it wants to fucking give it to me in. So to the west is the road you came in on, to the east is Ascending Mountain.
So, any of this look like they would be more than just like residential structures? Like, are there any actual points of interest here?
The northern part of that first tier, the ground level, looks like large. You see a lot of chimneys that are close together, so like maybe industrial of some sort. And then there are some larger, nicer residentials that they don't look like apartments or barrackses. And then that's mixed on that second tier, and then also on that third tier. And then on the third tier, there looks like those two sort of horseshoe-shaped buildings are more standout-ish.
All right. Well, let's head north then. So those the closest POI on this terrace, this level, the ground level. Also, what's off to the east? Like, I presume the bird flew high enough I could see over their terrace. What's there?
That's it. This ascending mountain. It goes up into the mountain. This is built right on the edge of the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know how to fucking draw that. Like, how do you draw a mountainside?
With lines.
It's
All
fine.
right.
That's
Yeah.
why I was asking.
So I'm looking for a fight tonight.
I hadn't noticed. All right, but yeah, you guys start heading back down the path, realizing you're standing basically in a Soviet-era military barracks apartment structure.
What is Soviet?
For your players, not your characters. All right. Yeah, and after pushing your way through do you follow? Okay, so you go back to the North Branch. There is that branch that goes due north and the branch that kind of weaves through the city a little bit more. So you can go. That would depend on what you classify as a POI. There are lots of large structures over there. Yeah, the one that would have stood out to you the most would be that really big hexagonal one with the L or the bending bit off of it. And so that you'd want to go east and then back north down the curvy road.
Can I ask a question without being a dick?
No, but you can ask a question.
What are we supposed to be looking for? What are we supposed to be doing?
That's up to you guys.
This is adventure.
Oh, let's do
There
it.
is no destination here. You guys chose to come here.
Well,
That's
I mean, there is a
part of the
destination,
world.
but we took a side trip.
Yeah, it's side quest.
Well, that's why I said there's no destination here. You guys detoured here and you're exploring. That's what adventurers do.
Ruins.
Well, if Connie is playing true to her character, she's gonna look for the nearest inn/tavern. Oh, there's an abandoned. They're abandoned. She's still gonna go look for the nearest inn/tavern.
Are you guys going to stop her from wandering off on
We
her
already
own?
tied her to the carriage. I'm not sure
Yeah,
where
how
she's
far is
going.
she getting?
All right.
Connie tries to break free of her ties.
All right. Go ahead and give me a stealth check first to see if you can do it quietly.
Ooh, I'm good at these.
Don't forget you're drunk.
Oh, so I get disadvantage.
On all skill checks.
Oh wait, no, I gotta do bang RR. God, this is
Well,
really-
actually, you need to do bang R 2d20 altogether.
Yeah, no space between the 2 and the D.
Otherwise, it would be correct.
What?
See?
You don't need
One
the RR.
R. The only thing that was wrong with your first thing was a space between the 2 and the D.
KO1.
Yeah, you guys hear some rattling and racket from the back of the carriage.
But
So,
the question is,
Go
do
ahead and
you
give me a strength
stop
check
me?
to see if you break out of their binding. But they are aware of your efforts.
Oh, dude, I am
So
dog
athletics
shit
check.
strength. Can I do athletics instead of strength?
That is athletics.
You said strength first. So
It's the only strength skill check.
Yeah, you need to be careful about that, because there are things that call for a strength abilities
Yeah,
check
that's
without
true.
using athletics.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check. What did you guys bind her up with? Just regular rope?
Yeah, it's just regular rope.
I think a 12 beats that. I think it's a DC 10, isn't it?
fuck
I
yeah.
don't know.
It's a DC 10 or 11. But,
Anyways, Connie
yeah,
gets out.
Connie's broken free.
Okay.
You guys are aware she is broken free of the
Mhm.
bindings you put on her.
Shut up! I do what I want.
All right.
Can I just throw like 10 ball bearings into her feet? Saves you fall, huh?
Well, to make a difficult terrain area with ball bearings, you
Oh,
need
it's
to use
difficult
a
terrain.
whole bag, and it
I
covers.
cast Shatter on Slick.
All right.
I'm kidding. I don't cast Shatter on Slick.
Are you
But I still
breaking
do
away
break-
and leaving the group?
Oh fuck yeah! I am still looking
Wait,
for. I'm
I
drunk. I feel like I have to.
I do have a grappling hook. Can I just fucking whip that shit like a hog tie?
I mean, she's not exactly sprinting. You can just walk
No.
over to her.
Connie is just drunk. She's just drunkenly wandering through the area.
Ow. You know what? Fuck it. Let her do it.
She's looking for a tavern. That's what
Well,
she's doing.
the party is moving north away from you, but to the east there's this really nice road.
Ooh. I
All
think
right.
I will go to that road.
And Connie wanders off. And the party continues north.
Yep. I'm sure
And
nothing
it-
bad will happen.
Well, I mean, good thing she was looking for a tavern and not industrial buildings. Because he used to be stuck with her. But yeah, as you continue north, you come across lots of what looks like large storage warehouses. Empty, abandoned, dusty, dirty.
Any of
And
them
then,
show signs of recent activity?
nope.
Move along.
All right. Yep. As you move along, you start seeing some spots. There's stairs to get up to the the first terrace, technically, because you guys are ground level. And then eventually you get to the building that caught your eye. And this is a large structure. And it's an interesting shape. So, on the southern face, there are large gabled doors, like barn doors, or, well, what used to be barn doors. They're fallen into the side, and inside you can see a large capstan in the center. To your east, the sort of angled building, you can see window openings and chimney vents all along the roof that you can see. And all of the buildings you've seen so far are stone, timber, and slate. Yeah, so you see high windows along like the top of the structure. Overall, the entire place is the largest structure is the circular structure is 30 feet tall, and the angled bit is 25 feet tall. And the rooftop facing you, you can see chimneys at regular intervals. Square bits of stone coming out of the slate. Yes, there's a large capstan in the center.
The uneducated guy in the
Um,
room, what's a capstan?
The thing that you see on old wooden ships for that they use to draw up the anchor.
Ah. Cool, thanks.
So for your flyover, that wasn't a courtyard. That roof was intact all the way across. It was just flat in the middle there. Well, no, I just didn't make it dark. It's also not the slate tiles like the roofs. It was a lighter gray stone, but it was flat. Does not continue down. No. Correct. It's built with a donut-shaped eaves design, so water would have ran to the inside as well. Mm-hmm. You've seen like large iron doors on the southern face of it, and then along the side there are two, like man-sized doors. There's one on the west face and one on that north by northwest faced, both roughly centered.
Okay. Well, I just think we should go ahead for the normal sized doors first.
All right.
No, just walk up to them and check them for traps, because I don't trust any of this.
You don't trust my ruins?
No, not in the least. And I'm sorry, who's giving me guidance before? Was it Alaric?
No.
Marin? Somebody was giving me guidance.
I think it was Marin.
All right, Sleuth.
Burger, are you here?
Can we just assume he gives me guidance?
Do artificers have guidance, or was it from Connie?
It was definitely not for me.
It was from Sleuth. Sleuth was the one.
Burger,
warning
yeah,
you.
okay. I just don't know artificer well enough. So yeah, he can give you guidance. that's
Artificers
fine.
have guidance?
No.
Yes, they do. They are apparently part of the artificer spell list.
It might be one of the
What?
subclasses.
Oh yeah, guidances. Yeah. They have a few cleric spells. Yes. They have guidance, cure, healing word. You know the basics.
Just looks like an old heavy door.
I open it.
Yeah, it gives you a little fight, but you're able to push it open pretty easily. It swings inward. And which door were you going to? The one that's on the due north-south, or the one that was on the bit of a cant?
The due north-south one is on. It's like at the bottom of that bent area
Where
on
that
the western
bush
wall.
is. Yeah, where that bush is, it was to the south
Then
of
that
that
one.
bush. Okay, yeah.
The closest one, the one farthest
Yep.
to the southern butt end of that building.
Yep. That wasn't the industrial doors.
Correct.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So you push through, and inside you see an assortment of gears, cogs, arms across from you. To your left and right, north and south of you, are large foundries.
These cogs and gears and stuff that are just heaped on the floor.
No, they're arranged, but there's lots of them missing, so you couldn't really, figure out the path the power was going through them.
So there's like a heap of cogs on the floor, a heap of gears on the floor.
Well, no, there's a long beam, bunch of gears on it, bunch of cogs on it in different positions.
It's like a
And
storage
there's another
shelf.
long beam. No, like an axle. beam.
Okay.
And there's another beam with gears and cogs on it in different. They're nothing makes sense to what went where. It's all over the place on the axle.
Right, like someone like took apart a transmission without knowing what they were doing. Just put up one of these
And
giant.
put it all back together. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Or they IKEA'd it and kept a bunch of the parts.
Okay. And when you say these are foundries, what exactly do you mean by a foundry?
Are you proficient with smithing?
No, I'm asking what my character is seeing, because you said I see a foundry. That is not enough description to actually know what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
There are many different kinds of foundry.
Yeah, so I can't explain this well without being too exact, so I'm just going to tell you because you know what a forced air blast furnace looks like. Basically, there's a big hole in the bottom, a big bed where coals were, and then a metal lid that went down,
Okay,
enclosing the entire space.
Right, so it basically looks like a really large
Oven.
baker's oven.
Yeah.
With
but like
holes and
scaled
holes at the
weight.
bottom.
Yep, but there's no coals, there is holes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's big stone square with, an air intake on the bottom, but there is nothing attached to the air intake. Just one hole.
Okay. Is there like so there's this axle with all this shit on it. There's an oven. Is there anything else?
No, for the most part, that's all you can see looking around.
So there's no tools or equipment laying on the ground, no bodies.
Nope, nothing.
Okay. So and this goes all the way to the south, to the butt end of that wall.
Yep, and you can see it starts to curve, but it looks the same on that curve. Where you're to the
I was
south.
on
I'm sorry,
yeah.
To the north. Yeah, to the south. Yep.
Okay.
You came out between 4 of the blast furnaces right in the middle.
Okay. So on like the southern part of the bent structure, there's like a line of blast furnaces with this axle with gears and cogs on it running lengthwise north-south along this structure.
Mm-hmm. To the south is a large pair of iron doors on rollers.
Okay.
To the north is the bend. I thought you were going to turn north. My bad.
Yeah, no, just making sure I covered everything to the south. Then I turn north and start walking north, looking around.
Yep. And to the north, you see a similar setup. 4 furnaces. And an associated, assorted number of gears and cogs on 2 axles.
Okay. Any tools? Sorry. So any like tools or anything laying around?
Nope, just stone and all large iron.
All right. What do I see to the northwest? Like where it begins to meet the round structure.
All right, there you see the axle dips down into the ground. Like it's a similar, it's a U-joint, and it tips and goes down, and you can't see below that, but down, and then you can see up to where the capstan is.
How does it like is it just going through like it got teleported into the middle of something? Is there a hole there?
There's a hole there, but it's far away and dark. You're standing at the corner, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah. How far away is that?
Based on my arbitrary scale of that building being 200 feet long, about 100 feet.
Okay. Any particular odors in the air?
Suit.
Okay.
Other than that, nature.
Yeah.
What does nature smell like?
Nothing stands out. Nothing's going, well, that's a weird
Well,
smell to
you
smell here.
ever walk around a corner and just smell wet dog and shit because a bear just shit in the woods? That's what nature smells like.
Did Connie get lost, or did she find the fucking tavern?
Connie's
you're
still
fucking
wandering.
lost.
Nice.
You've wandered up onto the middle terrace. You're wandering through structures looking for what you would assume would be a pub, and you haven't found one yet. All right. Yeah. 100 feet ahead of you, there's a 15-foot arch. And beyond that is the capstan.
So the building is lit internally?
No, but those high windows, it's midday. You're getting
Gotcha.
ambient
Okay,
light
so
from the outs-
there's high windows that are letting
Yep.
light in. Okay.
Yeah, there's high windows all around this structure.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I guess I'll start walking up towards that hole in the ground. How big is the hole? Like, does it look like someone could squeeze in next to it between it and the axle, or is the axle tight to it?
As you get closer, you can see on the back side of the axle there's a flight of stairs.
Okay. What's the floor in this area made out of?
That same slate tile.
Even though there's stuff beneath it.
What do you mean?
Axle's going down into the floor. Obviously, there's something down there. There's stairs. So, is the floor in that area still that stone tile?
Up to it, yes, but then it transitions into a downward tunnel. The tunnel is lined with slate tile.
What tunnel?
The one the axle goes through that the stairs are in.
So
A
it's not
large
just a
tunnel.
hole in the floor.
It goes down at the angle of the stairs.
Okay. How steep is that angle?
Over 5
Okay.
or 5 over 12. The normal stair tread.
All right, sure. Okay, so that's the tunnel from the long part of the building we just came from. As we get into this round portion of the building, and then that axle starts heading down. We see this capstan ahead of us, and here is there anything else in this round structure
Um,
on this floor?
Shelves, but they're all empty. Just looking across it, I'm assuming standing at the arch, looking into the circle now.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking across, it's just the outside is lined with shelves.
Shelves
Large,
are made
heavy
out
wood
of...
shelves.
Okay. I'd like to take a look around. Looking for secrets and hidden things. Also to see if there's any writing on these shelves, like people scratched in,
Yeah.
X
Go ahead and
goes
give
here.
me a investigation check. Burger, are you back? All right. Yeah, you start looking around this big round room, and no, nothing really stands out. There's no writing on the shelves. The shelves they're like pine soaked in oil. But other than that, nothing.
They haven't dried out.
That's so crazy.
Doesn't look like it.
That's neat.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
And is that a road leading out to the north from here, or another long structure coming out to the north end of this round building?
You would have to go outside to look at that.
Okay, so
When
it's
the-
not connected
when the-
internally to this.
Not that you can tell from where you're standing.
Heck.
When your crow flew over, that looked like a pit. It went down.
Ah, okay. All right, well, if there's Nothing else of interest in this round room or anything. Like, and it looks like it fills the complete structure. There's no like offices or closed areas.
Nope.
Yeah, let's head down that tunnel then.
All right. And you guys circle back, duck underneath the axle. Everybody fits fine. And start walking down the stairs.
I love stairs.
Much better than falling.
After a descent of about 30 feet, you guys come into a large round room. And inside here, there are more axle gears and cogs all leading to one spot. And that all connects to about where you think the capstan was connecting down to. And below that, there's a large round stone about 20 feet across. Perfectly level and smooth. In the center of the room.
So not directly beneath the capstan.
Directly beneath the capstan.
Is this flat stone plate?
The flat stone plate is directly beneath the capstan, and its center is also centered with the capstan. You can see a pole going up, and then on the pole there are gears and stairs leading up to them, like a scaffolding.
Right. Okay.
Kind of arches up and over the stone.
Okay. Any other ways out of this room?
Yes. To the north there is another hallway similar size to the stairs that you just came down, and along with it another axle.
Okay. Well, before we leave this room, I'd like to check for secrets and hidden things.
All right. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Yeah. As you're poking around, and the only thing that really stands out is so while you're poking around, do you ever step on that stone, that 20-foot round stone?
Probably.
Yeah, so when you step on it, you notice that it spins freely. Like when you put your weight on it, it starts to move a little bit, but you know it's not flying away, but you notice that it does actually move. But other than that, there's nothing hidden in here.
All right. I guess I'll do a detect magic ritual then.
All right. Yeah, as you start walking around, you don't ping anything on magic.
Okay. And this circular stone plate, is it connected to anything?
Yes, it's connected to the entire axle system.
So when I stepped on it and it spun, the whole set of axles all started spinning?
Not quickly, but they did, creak.
Okay. What's the floor made out of that isn't this stone plate?
More of that slate tile.
Does it look like I could pull up some of the slate tile that's like at the edge of the spinning disc?
Yeah. Yeah,
Then
there's
I'd
about
like to do so.
2 inches of space between the spinning disc and the slate tile that you're easily able to kind of work some of them free.
Yeah, what's under the tiles?
Well, right up against the large spinning disc is just stone blocks stacked like you'd build a wall, and then further in is just compacted dirt. Or further away from the spinning disc is compacted dirt.
Okay. Using mold earth, I'm just gonna excavate I assume it's 1 by 1 area I'm seeing of dirt. Just a tunnel straight down.
Right. Yeah.
5 feet.
All right. Yeah, and you mold earth down. I'm assuming you're trying to see how big the wall is on the interior.
Correct. I want to see how far down it goes.
All right. Yep. And you excavate your dirt out, and about 4 feet down, the stone stops, and it's just compacted dirt underneath it.
Okay. So whatever this spinning stone is set in is only about 4 feet deep underground.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 to 4 feet somewhere in there.
And you said that there's like a 2-inch gap from the edge of the stone plate to this inner edge of the fieldstone wall.
Mhm.
I mean, I've got 6 feet of dark vision. I look down there. How far down does that go?
About 3.5 feet. You can see more stone below.
When you say I see more stone below, you mean like the fieldstone then becomes like a fieldstone floor, or I see loose
Yeah.
gravel?
Fieldstone floor.
Okay. And does it look like the disc goes all the way down there, or is it like a thin disc and there's a space?
The disc looks like it goes all the way down.
Okay.
Not touching the ground below, but really close to it.
All right. Gotcha. Okay. Might as well start heading down that northern tunnel then.
All right. You start following the other axle. Yeah. You go down that tunnel about 15 feet, and there's a doorway. The axle goes through what looks like a wall, and it's just, built around it.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry. All right. I'd like to check that door for traps then.
Yep, go ahead. Looks good.
All right. I open the door.
Yeah. You open it, it opens. Again, a little bit of force. You're able to yank it towards you. And you walk through. And in here is a open channel. Looking up, you're about 20, 25 feet. You can see the edge and a bridge overhead.
And the axle continues through this open channel straight.
Yep. Straight across. It's got supports every 5 to 10 feet.
What are the
They're not
supports made
equally
out of?
spaced. More iron.
Okay. And what's at the far end of this channel?
Another door.
All right. I walk over to that door.
All right.
Wait, you said there's a bridge that I would pass under?
Yes.
Can I examine the underside of this bridge to see if there's any like old worn graffiti?
Or trolls.
I guess perception check. As you squint up at it, it's 25 feet overhead. Yeah, you're looking up, and you do see some scratches and scritches in what would be the west side, where it connects to the ground. The what's the opposite of a keystone?
Uh,
The big stone that starts the arch.
Base?
I guess, yeah, but yeah, chiseled into that, you see some names.
Okay. So names tend to give you a sense of places, they give you a sense of history. Do the names let me kind of place like the culture and the history of this place? Like who founded it, etc., how long ago they were?
Um, yeah, and You start chit-chatting with Alaric about it. And you both realize this is probably a Calderan city.
Very interesting. Any way we can tell roughly when this was abandoned?
I mean, based on all the wandering around and exploring you guys have done, you probably would place it right around the same time the watchtower you guys camped in was abandoned.
Oh.
700 to 800 years.
Okay. Oh, and to answer your question, that's called the impost.
Okay. I knew there was a word for it, but
Yeah, I
I
had to
couldn't
look it
remember.
up.
Yeah, bugging you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those bigger, heavy stones that are on the edges of the bridge. There is on the inside, so what would be underneath the bridge. There's about half a dozen names that you could roughly place to be 700 to 800 years old in linguistics, and based on the spelling, probably Calderan.
All right. Cool. Well, let's walk up to the rest to that other door,
All right. Yep. You continue following the north axle.
and then I check it for traps.
Go ahead. Nope, doesn't look trapped.
I open the door.
All right. Yep. Give her a good shove. Pops open. And ahead of you is a very similar looking flight of stairs in reverse. These go up.
Let's go up.
Indeed.
It's the only thing we see ahead of us. Like it's a tunnel. These doors open to.
No, there's just a like 5-foot entryway, and then the stairs are right there, and the axle's right there next to you.
Okay.
And you ascend. And you enter. I need my other monitors. 3 monitors isn't enough for this. You enter a large square building with a arched courtyard in the center. The courtyard is, roughly a square or rectangle shape with, arches supporting the center roof. And you can see up to the ceiling. It's about 20 feet tall in here. And then you can see the exterior wall, again, with those high windows. To the west, there's a large pair of doors. To the north is a man-sized door. To the east is a man-sized door. And within the room, as you follow the axle up, there is a assortment of more gears and axles and cogs, leading to several different machines. They all look relatively similar. Just heavy iron base with a bit on the top that looks like it can move up and down.
Okay. Is there any like material left? Any items, or is it just big empty space with these 4 power hammers?
Big empty space with 4 power hammers.
Okay. Any other way out of the structure?
Yes. To the west, there is a pair of large doors. I'm sorry. To the east is a pair of large doors. To the west and to the north are man doors.
All right. Well, let's just head out to the east then.
The doors roll open in protest, but you're able to open them big enough for you guys to be able to walk through easily. And before you is the edge of the terrace and a road that goes north-south.
Okay. And when I was having my bird fly overhead, was this the only structure that really caught my eye, or is that structure to the north actually interesting, or is it just a residential type place?
From overhead, it looked residential, but now that you're standing and you're only 200 feet looking over at it, it doesn't look residential. Not enough windows.
Yeah. Fuck it, let's check it out. We're right here.
Yeah, might as well.
All right. So this building has a similar front to that large barracks that you first went into. That's on the south. So, if I'm understanding correctly, you're talking about this janky one.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So on that southern eastern face, there's a flight of stairs that go up. Pair of doors. Intact. And large stone face wall. Along the sides of the building were about 8 to 10 feet up, arrow slit style windows. Narrow and tall. But from here you don't see any other doors.
I'll be right back.
All right, yeah.
I know this is a bit off topic, but have y'all seen the new Superman trailer?
No.
I swiped past it.
Oh, I need to watch it. I'm looking forward to it.
I stopped watching
It better
comic
be
book.
fucking good. It
I
better
stopped
be
watching
fucking
comic book
good.
superhero movies after I don't remember Black Widow.
I mean, Endgame was the last good one.
Anything from Marvel is crap. Recently,
Earn it back.
anything of the recent Marvel is
DC
crap.
ain't doing much better.
That's true. Anything from DC is crap too. But I'm
Exactly.
really hoping
So
that this
that's why I
James Gunn-
stopped bothering to keep up. It's like when I see a trailer,
I'm
it's like,
really
oh, cool,
hoping this
another
James
shitty trailer.
Gunn Superman will be good. I've seen the trailer. I've seen every trailer, and it looks really promising. And I'm hoping.
That's the point of the trailer, to get you in the theater. After that, they don't fucking care.
That's very true. But I'm the type that'll walk out and demand my money back in the middle of the theater and make a scene and post it on the internet. I'm that type of person.
All right. But yeah. You guys ascend the flight of stairs, standing on a...
Did he
I
did he
found
cut
why
off for anybody
nobody's-
else?
I found
No, I
out
was
why
trying to
nobody's
decide what
heard
to
me.
call it, because it's not really a porch. But it's basically a porch.
I found out why nobody heard me. I forgot to unmute my microphone.
Oh! Have you been trying to talk this whole time?
Like the last 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez. I am sorry, we did not hear you.
I've been accused of many things. Being smart is not often one of them.
All right. But yeah, on the southeast face of this part of the building, there's a flight of stairs, 15 feet wide. They go up to a flat spot before the door, about 5 by 15 feet. A pair of doors, 4 feet wide, 8 feet tall. These are intact. Wood and iron bound.
Well, I suppose I should check these for traps as well.
I didn't hear you, but I'm assuming you're checking for traps.
Yeah, sorry, I was saying I better check these for traps as well.
All right. Yeah, they don't appear trapped.
So when I stepped away, who took point up the stairs?
Not I.
Who said we went up the stairs?
You said you were going to check out the building. It was the only door you could see. I described everything else.
Right, and then I said, okay, I'll be right back. I come back to us going up the stairs. I assume someone had said we go up the stairs.
You assume incorrectly, sir.
Ah, okay. So we bust open a window. No, huh?
Well, the windows are 8 feet off the ground and arrow slits. They're not exactly a point of egress.
We could make them a point of egress.
Squeeze slick through them.
Well, we run, one of our ropes all the way back to the capstan, wrap it around, start moving the capstan around. And just pull the wall
You
back.
You have enough horses to power that capstan.
Anyway, yeah, I open the door then, if it's not trapped.
Yeah. Hey, you give a good shove. It doesn't go right away, and then boom, pops open. For you, a bunch of desks and shelves, all bare. Looks like some sort of secretarial space.
Okay. Taking up like the whole building as far as I can tell, or is there any other doors? What do I see?
All right. Yeah, when you open the door, it's about a 20-foot wide structure, and it goes about 30 feet, and there's a flat wall on the back with a pair of doors, one on the left and one on the right. And the entire space before you is, like writing desks. There's no chairs, and then a whole lot of shelves along the walls in between where the arrow slits are.
What's on the shelves?
Nothing. They're bare.
Okay. I'd like to check out all the desks, looking for secrets and hidden things then. Assuming that they're
Alright.
also obviously bare.
Yes. Go ahead and give me
Alright.
that roll.
Revealed unto me the darkness secrets.
So of the roughly, no, not roughly, exactly, 20 desks in here, 2 of them caught your attention because they had that similar. Remember the Watchtower where the drawer didn't quite come out all the way?
Yeah.
2 desks have drawers like that.
Ho ho. Well,
I'll let you do with them as you please.
yeah, I pulled them out to examine what's behind the the drawers.
All right. All right. First one, you assuming you're just feeling around until you find a catch and pressing it.
If it's more than just like a box inside of a box type shelf, I actually check for traps first. If it looks like there's actual mechanisms involved.
Yeah, like the drawer doesn't come out all the way. Something is stopping it from coming out.
Oh, right. Well, then at that point, I actually check for traps to make sure I'm not going to trigger something.
All right. Yeah. So go ahead, check the first desk for traps. All right. Good thing you checked. There appears to be some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. What it does, you can't tell, but it's definitely not what's holding the drawer shut, or drawer from opening. It does appear to be trapped in some way.
Okay. That's not good. Is anybody, good with like thieves' tools and disarming shit?
Does fireball count?
No.
Then no.
I do.
Would you mind disarming whatever this is in this drawer?
You'll be able to. You might want to stand back in case it does explode, though.
Sure. We all stand back, like 20 feet back, just watching mirror.
You guys think I put a
I-
bomb vest on my desk?
Yes.
I would.
I stand 25 feet back.
There's a detonation rate of 30.
Ah, damn.
Marin's probably the only one in the party who knows, like, alchemically what gunpowder is. Of course, she's going to assume everything is capable of having explosives. It's just a regular thieves' tools check to disarm this trap.
Yep, thieves' tools, disarm a trap.
Guidance on myself. 25.
All right. Yeah, you're kind of finagling inside of the drawer. It's a small space. It's not like you can really look in there, but with your thieves' tools, you're able to work free whatever was holding the retention. You're able to pull it down and slide the entire drawer out, holding the trigger. And the trigger looks like it was a spring-loaded catch with a syringe of some sort connected to it. So if you just press the release button, the syringe would have smacked right into your hand. Looks to be
I
made
can,
out of fine steel.
I can take the syringe away from the trigger without setting it off safely.
Yeah, you're able
Oh.
to remove the syringe out of the contraption, and when you let go, it springs harmlessly.
Yeah. I'll just set it on the on the countertop and with ALI back in.
All right. Alar, the trap is disarmed.
I'd like to examine the trap mechanism that he removed.
All right.
Um,
I'm assuming the syringe.
Yeah, like what are its contents? Can I do like an identify on it?
Identify. Which you spend the time ritual casting. It wouldn't ping anything back. This seems to be mundane.
Okay. Yeah, no idea.
And the syringe is about 4 inches long. The needle is about an inch long. And
right, but it's not magical. So moving on.
Yeah, and it's opaque. You can't see what's inside.
Yeah, but that's for the alchemist to handle.
All right.
Well, artificer, but you know what I mean. Anyway, examine what's inside the hidden space.
Right. Yeah. Inside the back of the drawer, now that it's out, is a lid, and it opens harmlessly, and inside is 2 bags, about the size of coin purses. Both
Anything
fat.
pinging on detect magic? Did you hear me?
I heard you.
Okay.
Not sure if he did.
Ruffles, if you're talking, we cannot hear you.
Oh, maybe his power died again.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Can you hear me?
There he is.
Now.
Yeah, my power just went out again, so
Ah.
1 second as I switch myself to push to talk on my phone. You know, they used to make this way the fuck easier on the mobile. Now you gotta go into the actual settings to do it. Fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother. Alright, yeah. 2 coin purses, nothing pinging and detect magic. Alright. One of them contains gems, one of them contains coins.
I like both of those things.
Alright. And within the gems, there's an assortment of 2 emeralds. I'm hoping you can type this up. They're all 100 gold pieces. 2 emeralds, 2 rubies, 2 pearls, and 2 diamonds.
Hold on, way too fast.
Sorry.
All right, 2 emeralds, 2 ruby.
2 100 gold piece pearls, and 2 100 gold piece diamonds.
All of the gems were individually 100 gold piece.
Correct. So 800 gold pieces worth of these for 8 gems.
Okay, so we got that going for us.
And when you dump the coin, I'm assuming you're just dumping the coins out to count them.
Yeah, I'm top of the desk, so I'm not just dumping them on the floor.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing is like when you dump them out, you notice one thing that stands out very peculiar to you. There's about 200 platinum pieces here, but they're the correct size for a platinum coin, but there is absolutely no minting on them. They are just coins.
Like plain discs.
Yes, they're all just platinum blanks essentially.
Huh.
Was to say, like, was this a mint or was someone counterfeiting?
Hard to say.
Well, you do bring up a good point. You said they're the right size of a platinum piece. Are they the correct weight?
Yes, they're worth 1 platinum piece.
Oh, let me check something. Did I take? We did not. Okay. All right. What type of artificer is Marin?
The boom one.
Okay.
The loud one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Artillerist.
Yeah.
Yeah, when artillery is in the name, there's not a lot of subtlety I can do.
Right. Yeah, the only other thing to check would be to actually like break one length, like break one in half, and see if the core is, platinum, or if they blanked it out for like lead. But I don't have mending, so
You're pretty easily able to do a density check and if you're platinum in terms of density.
okay. In other words, you're telling me that through all the tests, these are just standard platinum coins.
So yes, other than the very, very, you're used to every coin you've ever handled having, extensive mint marking on it.
Sure.
These are perfectly blank, which is why it's so weird. And my lights did just come back on, but no promises.
Fair enough.
So we'll see if my computer actually gets a chance to boot all the way up. Although I'm gonna have to fucking reopen all my goddamn notes.
And the tabs and
Oh no, of course Windows is. Oh, by the way, you got an update in the banks. Let's update your fucking computer without your permission. Fortunately, I have all the bad updates forced off, so it can't do the shit that I don't want it to do. But all the little security patches that they fucking throw out, I can't disable those because they're so up, hit and miss.
Yeah, ill-timed updates.
But anyway,
one of the big reasons why I switched to Linux.
Yeah. Well, I'm fucking right behind you, brother. Especially when you're talking about there's a Linux that'll basically run like Windows, and I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not freaking Cinnamon. It's actually, like a Windows port.
Cinnamon.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's close, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in terms of like running programs and stuff like that, it operates more like Windows does, whereas Cinnamon is just a Windows UI for Linux. So hopefully it's not a big update. But anyway, so yeah, unminted platinum coins, all worth 1 platinum each.
Okay.
And bunch of gems.
Yep.
And this very finely crafted steel vial of mystery something.
Liquid, solid, powder.
It feels liquid. You can feel it sort of slushing when you tip it. You do notice,
Okay.
like, when you're tipping it around, it doesn't drip out.
Is it peeing on detect magic?
Nope.
So when you say it's a vial, is there like a stopper?
No, it's think like a cigar tube with a needle strapped onto it.
Oh, you're talking about the syringe. Sorry, I thought you were talking about like a vial I found inside the crap.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. But like, the gems, the platinum. Oh, and also this vial.
Yes, also mystery vial. Have fun. Oh,
Right. Yeah. I didn't realize you were talking about the
Got a
syringe.
small
Okay.
fucking patch. Yep, my bad. Yep.
No worries. All right. So that's everything that was in there.
That was everything in desk 1, correct?
Okay. I would like to then check the secret compartment of desk. I would like to check the secret compartment of desk 1 to see if there is in fact a secret compartment.
All right. Go ahead and roll. And tell me what you roll.
26.
All right. Yeah, you start poking around inside of the trapped secret compartment, and there's a false bottom.
Okay.
Looks like there's a little finger catch you can grab and pick up on it.
I think I learned from that.
It
I'm not
does
sticking
look
my
very
finger. I'm not sticking my finger in there. I'm checking for traps first.
I'm trying, Under.
Where do you want me to stick my finger?
You're currently wandering around an abandoned city looking for a bar.
Not on me.
Got it.
Oh wait, no. Sorry. Over the phone, you guys sound similar. You're currently able to stick your finger in holes.
Ah, I am able to stick my finger in holes.
I mean, are you like
Well,
pushing me aside to like start sticking your fingers up and say, "Oh, hey, hole"?
I'm gonna stick my finger in that hole.
Okay. I watched like Morbid Curiosity.
All right, I'm gonna switch over to computer
Yeah.
for the outcome of this. 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Com check.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Windows. Okay, com check.
I hear you.
Here,
Ah,
here.
now it's fucking working. I am gonna have to look into that fucking shit because that's twice now I've booted my computer up and it's fucking switched my audio output.
No, Windows has been doing that to me for the last like 4 months.
It's only been the last literally 2 times I've booted my computer because even this today when I got home and booted it up, it didn't do this. But anyway,
That's not good.
all right, Slick, you stick your finger in the hole.
Yes, I stick my finger in the hole.
Oh,
What happens to my
wow.
finger?
Wrong
All right,
finger.
I'm opening my notes. 1 second, because I don't
Okay.
remember.
Did
I don't
anyone ever
remember.
tell you not to stick your fingers in a hole you wouldn't stick your dick in?
Well, that's why I'm sticking my finger in it first.
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
All right.
And then where is the last thingy? Oh, Inkscape. Oh no. Well, hopefully Inkscape got an autosave off, so I don't have to re-wait for my computer to figure out what the fuck it wants to do for that map. All right, but I do have my notes open. Okay. Desk 1, secret compartment 2. All right. Well, Slick,
Yep.
you feel a sharp pinch.
Pinch.
Something
Okay.
seems to have pricked your finger,
Out.
and I need you to make a con save.
Okay, con save. Got it. You can count on me. Shut it. D20 plus 1. 8 over
Alright.
10.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
that kind
it's
of
9 notes.
poison. um, so Alar, you get shoved out of the way, and Slick's like, "Oh, let me do it." And he sticks his hand in there. You hear a kerchunk, and then a noise, and then Slick slumps over.
Oh, I'm incapacitated instantly?
You do appear to be incapacitated, correct?
Ah. Well, then there's a good hole.
I check if he's still alive.
Yeah, he's got a heart rate. It's really slow.
Oh, shit.
So he's only mostly dead.
Still somewhat alive.
Exactly.
Excellent. So I slumped over.
Yes.
But I'm at Jack's back or something, you know.
All right.
I want to be tied on to him like a baby in a cradle.
Well, yeah, Alar, you're pretty sure it's not trapped.
Anymore.
Anymore.
Why would I believe that that trap couldn't be activated twice?
I mean,
Did he
a
pull the
hunch.
needle out with him?
No. His hand came free.
Okay. Hey, Marin, would you mind disarming that trap?
Yeah, I'll make sure the trap's actually disarmed.
Yeah, and Marin, as you go to investigate it, you do discover the needle is still, ejected, and you're able to easily disarm it because it's been sprung.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. Yeah, I open up the second secret compartment. What do we find inside?
A letter.
Does it ping and detect magic?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, is there a seal?
Nope, it seems to be a single sheet of paper folded in half.
All right, I open and read it.
All right. It reads in the two, like where you'd write dear, it reads T. And then one line. Continue operation as planned. And below that, L. And that's it. It's written in common.
Okay. About how old does this piece of paper look?
Pretty old.
Like similar to like the desks and all that.
Yep, yeah, you would place it right around that same time span. Being contained inside the hidden compartment has prevented the paper from aging worse, but it's still clearly very old.
All right. So, and that's all that was in there?
Yep. Oh, Slick, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Flick, you here? Nate?
Hello.
He might have stepped away.
Well, he's unconscious.
Yeah, that is true.
Hello.
Well, I suppose I can just roll that. Okay. All right. But yes, inside of the secret compartment was another secret compartment. Inside of the secret compartment, inside of the secret compartment, there was a letter.
Mm-hmm. Uh, do I recognize the handwriting?
No. Given your background, the script looks pretty old, but it's still common.
Well, let me put it this way. I got a handwritten letter from a person who would go by L, potentially, Levi. Yes? At the very beginning of this?
Yes.
Okay. Is it that same handwriting?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
yep.
the letter that you got from Levi is much more modern common. Like in terms of the script, the way the letters are formed and everything.
Sure. Okay. Well, I then checked to see if there's in fact a secret compartment inside the secret compartment that was in the secret compartment.
All right, go ahead and roll
Under the
to see if there's a
secret
secret compartment inside of the secret compartment inside of the secret compartment. No, this looks like the bottom of the drawer.
Okay. All right. Oh, there's another desk. That's right.
Yep, there's another desk with a secret compartment.
Okay.
The drawer did not open all the way when you pulled on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'd like to check this drawer for traps.
You cut out, but go ahead and roll.
Check for traps.
Traps.
27 on the check for traps.
All right, yeah, this one does not appear to be trapped.
All right, I remove the drawer.
All right, yeah, you press release, slide the drawer out. And inside the drawer is a small chessboard in pieces. And next to it, a bag, about the size of a coin purse.
Okay. Do the chess pieces look to be particularly valuable?
Yes, this is a very nice looking chessboard, even though it's only about 6 inches by 6 inches. You think it probably you could sell it for 500?
Gold. Okay. Nice.
Yep, it's very, very nice.
Yep. And is any of this pinging on detect magic?
Well, now that you mention it, that bag is glowing. And as you look closer, the edges of the inside of this drawer are lined with lead.
Okay.
It looks like something inside the bag is pinging on detect magic.
Any particular school?
Blah, 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 blah. One second, because it is a standard 5e magic item. All right. Da, 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 da. I don't know.
Then probably
Oh,
doesn't.
fucking. It's. No, the fucking 5e tools re-enabled the fucking DMG 24. 1 second. Let me fucking filter that stupid ass shit out. don't think so.
Okay.
At least it's like source material. It's not listing a school that would ping with it.
Sure. Okay. No problem. All right. Well, I remove this bag to the top of the desk, and I see what's inside.
All right. You popping it open or dumping it out?
I'm just going to open it up and look inside first.
Right. Well, when you look inside, you with detect magic, you can see the aura is down further in, but you see an assortment of Calderan coins, gold and silver. It looks like, but the magic item is buried underneath them.
Okay. Well, I'll just gently remove the coins and see what's at the bottom.
All right. It looks like a ring.
Oh, very nice. I'll do an identify on the ring.
All right. This is a ring of feather falling. That's why I wasn't sure about the school, because the spell has a school, but the ring doesn't list a school.
Yeah, usually we just kind of like if it's something like it only casts one spell, we just use whatever school the spell is.
All right. But yes, this is the magic item, Ring of Feather Falling. Rare, requires attunement.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's neat. And the coins. Are they like
So-
the Calderan gold pieces we found before? Were they exceptionally valuable, or are these just gold and silver pieces?
Like picking through them, there's 20 gold pieces and 15 silver pieces. 2 of them are of that similar, like you could easily sell these to a collector for 1,000 that you got from the Mimic. They're really good shape, not beat up and dinged. They look like they were freshly minted and then put in the bag.
Right, right. Okay, so I'll set those
The
aside.
other ones, yeah, and then the other ones, so there's 2 gold pieces that are 1,000. The rest of them are probably worth anywhere between 100 and 200 gold pieces each for the gold
How
pieces.
many of those?
18.
And I'm sorry, what was the value range?
100 to 200. Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. 100 gold pieces to 200 gold pieces.
Right.
And the silver pieces are all worth about 50 gold pieces each. None of them are exceptionally standout-ish as good.
They're worth about how 50 gold or 50 silver, sorry.
50 gold pieces, and there's 15 of those.
Okay. Got it. Very cool. All right. Let's see. Ring of Featherfall.
You're gonna make some collector real fucking happy.
We give him the whole set. Anybody have a particular need for a Ring of Featherfall? Like you have a tendency to find yourself floating in air suddenly?
Well, not suddenly, but it wouldn't be the
I
first
mean,
time.
Jack wouldn't. A ring of featherfall would be kind of
Very handy for the drunk.
a thing. Yeah.
It's permanent feather falling, so
Yeah,
See,
it's not.
I have that spell already, so I'm good.
Jack.
yeah, but this one you don't have to
use it.
cast. It's just always running
I know,
passively.
I know, but see,
Jack could definitely use this because he
Yeah.
has a habit of walking into an alpha thing.
yeah, there's better use.
Oh shit! The dock ends here. Oh no, the dock ended there. Fuck.
Oh, well, that's why I went. So, yes, if you don't want a ring of featherfall, I will definitely take it.
All right. And Marin, were you saying you wanted it?
Oh no. If Jack has any use for it, I have the spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I think we should give it to Jack.
Gee, thanks.
I was just saying, if nobody else wanted it, it wouldn't be the first time it would help me out of strange circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, I take no fall damage while wearing this ring.
Indeed. It is no
Yeah,
small
this is
trinket you carry.
Jackie's gonna be doing some really stupid stuff now.
Good. I want to see it.
All right. So yeah, that was everything in that secret compartment.
Well, obviously, I need to check it for the second secret compartment.
The lead line secret compartment to see if there's a secret compartment inside the secret compartment.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead and roll. There does not appear to be a secret compartment within the secret compartment.
Okay. Whoever had this desk was obviously the lazy one of the two.
Who says they even work together?
I do.
Two different dudes with secret compartments.
Yeah, but
If
they're in
we
the same
want-
building, and that's close enough for my books. They work
If we-
together. I declare it.
If we don't mind making some noise, I can make extra sure that there's no extra secret compartments.
And I don't think
But I
that's
think-
necessary.
There's a fly in here. Sorry, I'm just seeing if I can find my autosave for Escape.
Good luck.
Which is they're inside of edit.
I'll be back in a minute. I have to wrestle my dog.
All right.
My money's on the dog.
All right, 516. Cool, there is an autosave. Let's see if it's the one that I need. Does appear so. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, we're there. All right. So yeah, big room full of desks, empty shelves. Back wall is 2 doors.
Okay. Let's go to the left door and check it for traps.
All right. Go ahead and roll investigation. This door does not appear to be trapped.
I open the door.
The door opens into a sort of squarish room. The far wall goes a little bit further away from you to the right. And it looks like a large office. Big desk in the center. Again, no chair. And several bookshelves lining the walls. No books on them.
shall we check the books?
Yes, we shall check the books. First, checking to make sure the books are not trapped.
Yes.
No books on the bookshelves. I apologize if that didn't come through
Oh.
all the way. Yeah, they're empty bookshelves
Ah,
and a desk.
That's exciting.
then I would
I
like to check
apologize.
the place, including that desk, for secrets and hidden things.
All right. Go ahead. Give me that investigation.
22.
All right. Yeah, you're poking around, checking out the shelves, checking the desk, checking the floor, checking the walls. Nothing. Nothing's hidden here that you can
Okay.
find.
The dog has been successfully wrestled.
Wonderful. Oh, Under, I'm just gonna ask, are you basically stopping and popping detect magic? So you have it constantly running?
Yeah, at this point I would be.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking. And I don't want to
Mhm.
assume that you aren't or you are.
Not like we're in any rush.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. To your right is another wall. Again, not quite square. Like the back of the room is kind of just a little wonky. Where the desk is, and there's a door on the left on the wonky wall, and then there's another door on your right on the wall that's square with the door you came through.
Now let's go to that left door.
All right.
Check it for traps.
You check it for traps. Finding none.
I open the door.
All right. And you open the door. This is a long room with no windows. It's about 60 feet long. And the back end of it, all the way ahead of you, there's a singular door in the center. And along both sides are rows and rows of bookshelves. And you can't see all of them from this doorway. But the ones that are nearby, you can't see anything on them.
Okay. So, sorry, I'm not sure I understand. So this is like a closet with bookshelves?
A
Probably like an
60-foot
office.
long, 15-foot wide closet with bookshelves, but yes.
Right, and there's no other doors other than the one we just opened?
And the one straight across from you, like 60 feet
Okay.
away.
Does that make sense given the geometry of this building?
Yes.
Because we came up a flight of stairs into a square room with doors on the far end. Opened this left door. On the left wall of that room, that was beyond that left door, was a 60-foot long hallway. How wide is this whole building?
Remember, it was funky shaped.
Yeah, well, that is not an actual name of a shape. I have no idea what shape the room is.
Okay, 1 second. Let me. Probably faster just to draw lines. I was going to put rectangles on it, and I realized that was dumb. That stroke is way too wide. That stroke will work. Okay, fast and dirty. You came into that big area. That was desks. You went through the door on the left. That's the weird, not quite square room. And then you went through the door on the left, which is that long rectangle.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a lot different than what I was thinking it was.
I apologize. Yeah, it's again, it's not a square building. So yeah, when you start doing lefts and rights on things that have, 75-degree angles on them, or 120-degree angles on them. Yeah, all the gray is where you've explored. You're standing in that long back hall right now. There are no windows. On the far end is a single door in the middle, and then along both sides are, basically a 10-foot wide hallway, and then about 5 to 7 feet. They kind of vary, but for the most part, they're about equal-sized bookshelves lining both sides.
Sure. Well, I'd like to check this room for secrets and hidden things.
All right. Yeah, the far end wall.
Okay, we didn't hear any of that. Can anyone hear me? Are we all fucked, or am I fucked? Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, that whole description after I rolled that 27, I missed completely. Discord got
went
fucked.
all
Okay.
robotic.
Oh, I didn't know I went robotic. Nobody told me.
Well, I tried, but I guess that got lost.
I was
Yeah.
trying to see if it was me or you that I got lost there, and I was seeing that my voice connected was all fucked up, so I just left the channel and came back, and it fixed it.
I wasn't looking at my voice. I don't know if mine went down too. Just reset the lobby real quick.
It's good now, so I think just move on.
All right. Yeah. So you're poking about, looking through the room. The only thing that you find, and it's not a secret or a hidden thing, is on the very far end, 60 feet away, the bookshelves against that far wall. There are 3 books that are laying on the bottom shelves. Just looks like they were left, forgotten. They're not stood up nice or anything like that. They're just toppled over.
Are they pinging on detect magic?
They are not.
All right. I checked the books like exteriors. Is there titles on the spines?
One of them does have a title. I can't find that fucking letter.
Well, there's only 26 of them.
All right. Time. Letter definitely doesn't help. All right. One of them is written on the spine. It is inventory, and easy solution. You can make out the number 1, and the rest of what follows after that is illegible.
So the spine says inventory 1 illegible?
Yeah, and it looks like it's, I don't know, about
8 to 10 characters long of what, based on the spacing of the letters of inventory, the placement of the one, and the rest of it is, illegible.
How is it illegible? Like, how so? Is it mechanical damage? Is it just worn away?
Water damage and time?
Okay. Does it look like the whole book is water damaged, or just the spine?
Like the bottom 2 to 3 inches. Looks like it was pretty heavily waterlogged at one point, but the rest of above it was fine.
Okay. What are the other 2 books?
They don't have anything on the spine.
Okay. Do they have anything on the front covers?
The inventory one does not. And one of them has a hammer and anvil with a circle around it. And the other one has the Wheel of the Gods on it. You would recognize that as a common iconography to symbolize religion.
Sure. Okay. Well, let's open up the inventory first. Is it what it says it is on the tin?
It does appear to be a intake and outtake in pounds over the course of several days. And at the top of the page, you can see, where is that damn letter? We'll just go with 1647 is the date.
Okay. Does that translate to the current date in any reasonable way?
No, similar to that letter that you got, the date does not align with any calendar you're familiar with. You know that 147 years ago, all of the major nations of the world got together and made a unified calendar because everybody was working on different calendars and it made everything annoying. And so the unified calendar was formed, and that's why the current date is 147. Before that, time ranged. When the unified calendar started, time ranged anywhere from 1500 to 2200. So there's a 700-year discrepancy between everybody's calendars.
Right. Okay.
I
All
believe
right.
some of them invented computers 250 years ago, and now they're stuck here again.
All right, and so this appears to just be an inventory ledger.
Yeah, and as you thumb through it, looks like it was pretty regular ins and outs. There's no real standout numbers.
Do they ever specify what they were transporting in and out?
No, it's just listed in, like intake, and then a number in pounds, and then outtake, a number in pound, or out, a number in pounds.
Okay. Interesting.
But it does seem to be a daily log.
Sure. All right. Hammer and Anvil book. Open it up. What to say? What type of book is it?
It looks like it's about smithing, but it's different than what you'd expect for smithing. Some of the sketches in there are of larger machinery, like the blast furnace and the power hammers you were seeing. And it is written in common. Sorry. And as you read through it, it sort of looks like a how-to, but not quite a how-to. I don't know what like a technical manual for this facility of the South that you were just walking through.
Yep. Okay.
Like
Like
you
an operations manual.
Yeah, sort of, but it's not exactly like spelled out in the terms that you and I would be used to for an operations manual. It's very shorthand. But yeah, as you read through it, you'd have to spend some time reading through it. But what
I
you
don't.
do breeze through, you realize that giant wheel that you were standing on was actually a flywheel.
Yeah, I figured that already.
Yeah, but the rest of them might not have.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it looks like the flywheel was powered by teams of
Boxes?
horses using a gearing mechanism, what that scaffolding went up to. And they basically powered up the flywheel and discoupled the horses, and the flywheel powered the facility.
Okay.
But other than that, it's a lot of technical jargon.
Interesting. Is this do I think this would be sufficient that if someone knew their way around smithing tools, they might be able to actually like reproduce this stuff?
Yeah, you'd need a pretty big setup to do something even remotely, because you have to think how much that flywheel weighed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we could always hook it up to like a water wheel or something.
Yep. But yeah, in terms of like how the gear trains worked, how the transmissions worked for the bellows, all of that is in here.
Mm-hmm.
Very cough, cough.
Yeah, I would say, like, isn't Marin proficient with smithing?
Yes.
Hey, look, a book for you.
Look, oh boy, I'm gonna go be a nerd later.
Nerd.
And I suppose that leaves the religion book.
All right. And this is where it gets interesting for you, especially for being a scholar of history. This book talks about the gods as a unified force, where the current religious, I guess you could call it meta, is there is a good side and a bad side. But not like good and evil, more like benevolent and malevolent. This talks about all of the gods as a single entity, so to speak. Not like a monotheist, but polytheist that are all on the same team.
Okay. That's interesting.
Even the gods are meta chasing.
So how heretical is this text?
In the current state of the world, not. Like, religion is very fast and loose. There is no major religious order except for the what the fuck did I name that place? There's an island where there is a major religious site that has like proper big ass temples to all of the individual gods that are worshipped right now. And this tracks with that. It's just the current perspective is the gods are malevolent and benevolent. This speaks as if they are all equals, neither malevolent nor benevolent.
Okay, so it's back when the gods were neutral.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So other than being of a very interesting, okay.
Let me. I'm seeing if I put the gods on the wiki. Yeah, I did. Okay.
So this is really like a theological text discussing the gods in this neutral context. So it's not like a prayer or hymn book or anything like that.
No, it's
okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's not like
trying to narrow it down a bit. That's all.
It's not a book you'd find in a church during a sermon.
Right. It's more of an academic text.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's really interesting. So this old ledger and this old religious book, about how much worth are they gold-wise?
The ledger, again, if you could find the right collector, you probably get a couple hundred gold for it. Probably 200, maybe 300.
Okay.
The religious text, you think that this is falling into the priceless range. you don't think you could actually name a price for this. You don't know what it's worth because it's just, from your perspective of religion, different. It doesn't fit any known text of
Right,
religion.
right. It's one of those cases where you don't sell it; it belongs in a museum.
Basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this would be one that you need a proper appraisal for.
How many
Oh.
pages is it?
About 500.
Okay.
Also, what's the specific wording of your is it just anything older than 100 years you can accurately appraise?
Art objects more than a century old.
Okay.
So that is
Yeah.
so this isn't going to be arms and armor. This isn't going to be magical items. It's going to be pretty much everything else. Technically, a book
Yeah,
like
like
this
that
would
chess
qualify.
like that chessboard. Yeah.
Yeah, like that chessboard.
Yeah. The one thing you can tell is that this book is much older.
Okay.
Than everything you've seen so far. We're talking pre-meteor, pre-storm.
Gotcha.
So more than 2,000 to 3,000
Pre-calamity.
years old. Yep.
Oh, more than 3,000. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that the time, like I said, the timeline's really fuzzy of when the meteor storm actually happened. That basically reset the timeline.
Mhm.
And it's estimated between 2,000 and 2,500 years, and some people say it was as far back as 3,000 years. But that's when everything changed, when the Fire Nation attacked.
And we beat it back through the use of fire extinguishers.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to find a Ace Combat meme to fill in instead of that, but that works too.
Actually, Under, now that I think about it, go ahead and give me a history check at advantage as you're looking over this religious book. History, not religion.
28.
All right. Yeah, and as you're thumbing through it and kind of checking it over, and you're like, "Oh, this is pretty interesting. Oh, this is pretty interesting." You realize the pages have a similar feel to them to a book in your possession. A book your mentor gave you. It's about that old.
Oh, the Second Soul?
Yep.
Yeah, I had to scroll down to it. Okay. Huh, neat.
Yeah, and from what you remember, what he told you, that book is really old.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Alright.
Some of the stuff in the same vein there. Very cool. Need to take good care of that. Puts it in bag of holding.
All right. But yeah. As for everything else, that's all you find in this room full of empty bookshelves.
But there's a door at the
I was
far
gonna
end.
s- There is. You're basically standing next to it.
Ah, I'd like
Probably
to
we should
check.
open.
Yeah. Oh, we should check it for traps first. I'm sorry, I probably got cut off there. We should check it for traps first.
All right. You don't want to throw the door open?
I don't. If someone else wants to, I'm backing up.
yeah. Flick's unconscious.
Like, as far as I know, we just left him there.
Well, he said that Jack was carrying him.
Oh, I didn't
Assuming
hear that.
Jack
Okay.
wouldn't have an issue with carrying him. Mister, you here?
Yeah.
Do you want to carry the unconscious party member around for a little while? He's just a little elf.
Well, I suppose Jack can do that. I suppose.
Be right back.
He is snoring soundly.
Jack has nothing else better to do. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. The door does not appear to be trapped.
I opened the door.
All right. Yeah, and this room is a little bit smaller than everything you found so far, and it appears to be like a broom closet. It's a pie-shaped
like that exterior corner of the building, kind of.
Okay.
And it's empty as far as you can tell. No, slap up.
Is there another door?
Yes, on the far side there is another door to the north.
That leads out of the building?
No, I'm sorry. On the eastern wall, there's a door on
Gotcha,
the northern
okay.
side of it.
Well, I'd like to check this room for secrets and hidden things.
All right, go ahead and roll. All right. Yeah, you go poking around, kicking at the floor. None of the tiles really move, and it appears to be empty of anything interesting.
All right. To the door, which I check for traps.
All right. This door does not appear to be trapped.
I open it.
All right. Deck safe. No, I'm kidding. Door opens.
The fair guy.
I need you to get a 14. All right. Yeah. This opens into a similarly sized room as the one the bookshelves are in. This one is more of a bunk room, although it is nowhere near as densely packed as that first barracks you were in. This room looks like it has beds for about 20 to 30 people.
Also stripped bare.
Yep. No mattresses. There are a couple foot lockers. They're all open.
Back.
But there are not foot lockers in front of every single bed. There's probably about half a dozen foot lockers.
All right. And is there a door at the far end?
Yes, and then there is also one on the northern wall that looks like it goes to the exterior. This room does have windows, those arrow
Okay.
slits.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I would like to check the room for secrets and hidden things, paying particularly close attention to those foot lockers, hidden bottoms, and all
Alright.
that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Yeah, you go poking about. In the foot locker that's the furthest away from you, so the southern easternmost bed, it does appear to have a false bottom.
Okay. Well, let's give that a very thorough looking for traps.
All right.
Very thorough.
It doesn't appear to be trapped.
Right. And I then open the false bottom.
All right. And yeah, nothing nefarious happens. The false bottom opens. Inside is a compartment. It's 2 feet wide, and about a foot long, or 2 feet wide, foot deep, about 2 inches shallow, or 2 inches deep. Blech. I'm just having a horrible time doing 3D space in my head right now for dimension directions.
That was getting late.
It's 2 inches deep, 2 feet wide, foot long. All right, and inside there are several bags. They're about the size of coin purses, but they're just canvas.
Okay. Anything pinging on detect magic?
No.
All right. Sorry, I think I cut you off. Was there anything else about them?
No. There's 7 bags. They're all roughly the same size. They look like they're containing roughly the same amount of stuff.
What do
and
they
there's
contain?
nothing pinging on detect magic.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
pick one up and
Pick
open
one.
it. What's inside?
Marbles.
Marbles. Like
Marbles.
glass marbles?
Glass marbles.
Okay. Interesting. I checked. Is like the name like Twidget scrawled on the side of the footlocker?
Now that you mention it, no. But yeah, they're an assortment of each bag has about 25 marbles in it,
Okay.
and they're an assortment of different sized marbles.
Sure. Are they of any particular value?
You think you could probably get 10 gold for all of them? As they are all like, you pop open all the bags and look at them. They're all different colors and, clarity and stuff like that. There are no two marbles alike.
Okay, sure.
So.
All right, well, I mean, it's better than nothing. Into the loot bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then I check the false bottom for more false bottoms.
All right. You check the secret compartment for more secret compartments.
You've done it once. Now I have to keep doing it.
I didn't think you'd go to that desk first, but that's so funny. No, there does not appear to be a secret compartment within the secret compartment.
Okay. Well, I think we've searched this room quite thoroughly. And you said there was a door north leading out, and there was another door heading east?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
so like continuing along the building.
Yeah. To that door and check for traps.
All right. North or east?
East.
East, okay. It
Obviously.
doesn't appear to be trapped.
Open.
All right. You throw the door open, and nothing happens. The door opens, and before you is, I don't know, like a 60 by 50-ish. Looks like a workspace.
How
Well, I
wide
suppose
is
it's
the barracks room behind me?
about 25.
Okay, so this looks like it takes the full width of the building.
Yeah, and then opposite of you is a separate room that looks like it's about 20 by 20. So like you're standing in a big L.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let me draw that, then you'll understand. You'll understand.
I'll understand.
Finally found the gift I've been looking for the last week, and right now it's just Jack carrying Connie around.
Basically. Well, no, Connie wandered off. You guys have no idea where Connie is.
Yep.
He's carrying
Not a clue.
Slick. Oh, that'll be interesting. We're gonna start with that next week.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Wait, do we not give Connie a baby harness tied to the?
She broke free of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And our
That was during the
response is
time
a
that-
collective shrug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was during the time that I'm pretty sure you were muted and didn't realize it. You might have spoken up, but nobody heard you. But yeah, she broke free of her bindings with a stealth check of 9, which I'm pretty sure only one party member has a passive lower than that. And then she passed her strength check and wandered off.
And most of us just went, okay, bye.
well, I can't wait to see what new party member we get in a week and a half.
Well, fortunately, you guys are wandering through the wilderness. It's pretty easy to drop somebody in. All right, but yeah, so there's a large, 50 by 60-ish room. There's a door on the far wall. Looks like, again, more arrow slits. You can tell it's an exterior wall. So that eastern wall. The no, I'm good. I just did my laundry. Thank you. On that little bit that juts out, there's a door on the north and a door on the east, both roughly in the center. And then as you enter the room and start looking around, there's another door going back to the west along the wall that you're standing on.
Okay. And we said this looks like a workspace. How do I know that?
Well, you'd guess it was probably some sort of kitchen. There's a hearth, like prep tables. Again, it's all made of that same oil-soaked pine.
They made the
Like-
hearth out of oil-soaked pine.
Well, the hearth is made out of stone.
Oh,
It's
okay.
against the north wall. That's some real good oil soaked stuff. Pine. Different kind of oil.
Not really, if it doesn't catch fire.
In the case of using it for a hearth. But anyway, yeah. So there's a hearth with a couple of oven sort of compartments against the wall, large bed that you put fuel in, coal, and then a chimney chute coming out the top. And then the rest of the space is filled with prep, things like that.
Okay. Any like kitchen supplies, cook's tools left over?
Not that you can see out in the open.
Okay. Well, time to check for secrets and hidden things, paying especially close attention to that chimney. Cliched hiding.
Well,
I got cut off again. Yeah, checking
it
for
seems
secrets.
that whenever you do secrets and hidden things, they're checking for traps is when your mic cuts you off. Everything else works fine.
Yeah. There's got to be some trap in my mic or something. Anyway, yeah. So check for secrets and things, paying especially close attention to that chimney, because like the brick chimneys always like a cliched spot to hide stuff, loose brick on it, and things like that.
Yeah. So it's not like a traditional home with a hearth chimney. Like this is literally a vent on the ceiling. There is no chimney to catch the smoke. There's just a vent on the top.
So it's just a hole in the ceiling.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
But it is covered from like you can see there's something over top of it above.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I still then check for secrets and things.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There are no loose bricks to tap, but as you're going through, you'd notice in the far southwest, I guess, corner, one of the 2 foot by 2 foot slate tiles looks to be loose and disleveled.
Oh, I pull it up.
All right. Strength check. Athletics check.
Yeah, I figured. I have a crowbar, so I have advantage.
Yep. Yeah, and you're able to wiggle the crowbar in the gap between the tiles and pry it up, and inside is it's similar in size, but not quite the same depth as that box you found the whiskey in. It's about the same, X and Y, but the Z is shallower by far.
Okay, so there's a chest under it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I would like to check for traps to see if removing this chest will trigger anything.
All right. Doesn't look like it.
I remove the chest onto the floor.
All right.
And then check in the chest itself for traps to see if opening it will cause any problems.
Well, when you were looking at it, the 17 covers that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming when you're checking for traps, you're checking the lid and underneath the lid.
Right, but by pulling it out, I would also be able to like check underneath it for mechanisms attached to the hip back, the hinges, things like that. Allows it to be more thorough.
Yep. But yeah, 17 is sufficient enough to show you that there isn't any traps on the lid itself or the container.
Okay.
All right. You can open it.
Yeah, I open it.
All right.
And it's a Jack-in-a-Box.
And then I
what
started
would that
laughing.
be?
Not in a box.
For surprise, for alertness, to see how shocked you are by a Jack-in-the-Box? I don't even know what save that would be. Wisdom?
Not in a box.
Charisma?
Yeah, I suppose your mental constitution. But anyway, yeah, so
Dexterity
you open
to
up,
avoid the knife.
and inside is a book and 2 rolled up leather sleeves. Like think of sheet of leather rolled up.
Oh, okay. Anything pinging on detect magic?
Nope.
All right. Well, All right. Well, I unfurl the sheath of parchment.
No, like think of like a leather apron rolled up.
Okay. Well, I unfurl that then.
All right.
Was it a leather
The
apron
first
rolled up?
the first one was a leather apron rolled up, and then there's another one. It's a little bit smaller.
So 2 aprons.
Child size leather.
Two rolled up pieces of leather. One of them you've unfurled is a apron.
Okay. I unfurl the other one.
It is a very nice set of knives. They look to be made of a steel. You're not quite sure if it's steel. Definitely looks like steel, but it has a different glint to it. It's the wrong color white.
Marin, you're
Yep.
proficient with smithing.
Yep.
This doesn't look quite right. What are these made out of?
Mhm.
All right.
Uh,
Well, as you ponder over that, Marin, go ahead and give me either smith tools with proficiency or with expertise, or a history check.
would that be Smith tools off of intelligence?
Yes.
That and something I can use guidance for.
Yes, you're investigating something. You have time to cast. And there's
28.
nobody around that's going to care if you use magic. All right. So, this metal is weird.
The weird metal is made out of weird metal.
Yes,
Shock.
I am pulling up. Where did I put that weird metal?
It
Right.
might be an M for metal parentheses weird.
Well, I mean, poking at it and playing around with it, it seems to be some sort of steel alloy. And the more you're playing around with it, you're pretty sure this is a steel adamantine alloy. These would, if you use them as an attacking weapon, count as a adamantine weapon.
A steel adamantine alloy.
Mhm.
Interesting. Did
And there
that
are 3 knives in this set that would count as daggers. The rest of them are too small to be effectively used in combat. But in total, there are 15 knives and other implements for cooking rolled up in this leather.
all right? Did the book on smithing have any mention of like adamantine being used in an alloy, or to make one?
Not on your surface read. And from what you could tell, that was more of a implementation of the complex itself, not particularities of combining metals.
Okay. Yeah.
But you're not sure. You didn't spend a lot of time with the book. There could have been a section in there that you just breezed past.
Yeah, something to check on the next rest. I'll pass it along. Steel adamantine alloy. Might be able to try and recreate it later, but
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But if you wanted to sell them, the 3 larger knives, you think because of the unique nature of the steel adamantine alloy, you could probably get anywhere between 200 and 250 gold pieces each. And selling the set as a whole, you probably get 1,000 gold pieces for all of it. And there's also, I don't know if you heard me, there's also a book inside that box.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to check out the furled up stuff. What's the book?
Got a title on it. It's written in common.
How to serve man.
Cooking from home for the masses.
Okay. Yeah, by
An intellectual property of Rin Fair.
Do I recognize this Rin Fair?
No, and it doesn't stand out to you.
Okay. I start flipping through it.
All right. So inside there is a whole bunch of handwritten recipes, and the title itself was written in, handwriting. It doesn't look like it was printing press for the cover.
Okay.
It looks like somebody's cookbook for, making lots of food. Like these portions are in pounds and gallons.
Interesting. Well, that's neat. Does this book look to be similar age to everything else?
Yeah, right around that 700, 800 year mark.
Okay. Okay. Well,
again, slightly better preserved, being inside of a box and in a
That's a
hole.
very good book.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to keep that. All right. Was there anything else in the chest?
No.
All right. I'd like to examine the chest to see if it contains any secrets or hidden things.
Go ahead, roll. I have a feeling I'm going to be hearing this quite a bit.
Yes.
I did put a secret compartment inside of a secret compartment. I did to myself. I deserve it. There doesn't appear to be anything secret about it.
Okay. I then look in the hole that was under the floor and check that for secrets and hidden things inside that hole.
Your 18 will work for that. There was nothing in either.
All right.
It's just the one spot, I promise, at least in this building.
I don't believe you.
All right. Well, yeah, you're pretty sure this room is thoroughly shocked.
Shocked? Is there corn?
Empty.
Is it an oyster? Are there pearls? He's hidden pearls
No,
in
they
there.
already found the pearls.
Ah.
But we have them on us, so there are pearls in the room.
Technically. All right.
Just remember, if you find the swine, you've gone too far.
Yeah, so you have the exterior door to the east, that other, little room, the door on both walls that you can see, and then one door to the west.
Okay. Well, let's go for that little room in the corner. Let's go to the
right.
east-facing door into that little room, and I'd like to check that door for traps.
North or east door?
It cut me off. I said we go to the east door, and I check it for traps.
All right. Yeah. Walk across the way a little bit. Check it for traps. This door does not appear to be trapped.
I open the door.
Would you like to try again?
No, I open the door. I gave
Well,
it
you
my
have a
best
north
shot.
door.
It is obviously not trapped. I just open it.
All right. Yeah, you open it. It is not trapped. And inside this room, there's more shelves.
Are they empty?
They're packed in here pretty good. Yeah, for the most part, there is a couple of small crates on the far side from you.
I do like crates. I go over to these crates.
All right.
And I examine the crates.
All right. There are 3 of them. They are 1.5 by 1.5 by 1.5, all 3. So there are 3 cubes that are 18 inches on a side.
Okay. Any markings on them?
Nope.
I check the trap. I check the traps for crates.
All right. Go ahead and roll your investigation check. All right. Yes. Look over all 3 crates, and they don't appear to have any nefarious effects that would trigger if you opened them.
I open one. Grab the
All
crowbar,
right.
and just pop it open.
Yep. Slam your crowbar into it. Pop it open. And well, it's full of dirt, I guess. Looks like degraded biomass that degraded a lot of times. And each one has 5 flasks in them.
Okay, so there's 15 flasks.
Mhm.
Are they opaque?
Yes.
Do they contain liquid?
When you slosh them around, they do slosh back.
Okay. Well, I open one flask and look inside.
You see a golden yellow liquid.
Like whiskey golden yellow, or like it's emitting light golden yellow?
Like oil golden yellow, like cooking oil.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's not the forbidden Gatorade.
I didn't even think of that. Somebody's piss stash.
Why is that in the pantry of all places?
Oh no.
Wait till you start reading some of them recipes.
I'm afraid you now.
It's
Why do you think they
sterile
needed
and I like the
adamantine
taste.
knives?
the way it tastes.
It tastes like light beer.
Yeah. Well, I like dab a little bit out and check and like see like, okay, is this actually oil?
Yeah, it runs on your finger like oil.
Oh, I don't fucking touch it.
Viscosity's. Oh, I thought you dabbed your finger on it.
No, sorry, I meant like I dab something into it. Like I roll up like a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit of like paper, dip it into it to see like what it looks like on the paper, pulling it out.
Yeah. When you take a roll of paper, you shove it down in the tube, get a little bit on it, and you pull it up, and you watch as the oil rapidly climbs up the sheet of paper, like well beyond where you dipped it. Weird viscosity behaviors for a scholar as yourself to see.
Yeah, that's bad. I just kind of let the paper fall to the ground when it starts climbing up towards my hand.
Yeah. And you drop it, and it fully saturates the sheet of paper, and nothing else happens.
Ooh, this might make a great firebomb, actually, if it's flammable.
I
You-
use prestidigitation
yeah.
to see if it ignites.
Well, you try sparking with prestidigitation. It sparks and flares a little bit, like it's trying to catch, but it doesn't.
Oh. Well, so much for a spreading firebomb.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that you notice is like where it landed on the slate tile of the floor, it doesn't expand out past that. It's like soaked into the sheet of paper like a sponge.
Hmm.
Is it pinging on detect magic?
It is not.
Okay. Well, that's
I like-
interesting alchemical shit.
Can I like stick one of my daggers underneath it and just lift it up with that? Just under the fabric.
On the piece of paper on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. You poke your dagger underneath it. It flops and rolls like The only thing you notice is the paper is a lot more flexible now.
Can I like lift it up?
So you're trying to, like pick it up like a pancake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pick it up easily. The paper drapes and folds. It almost looks like cloth. But it's not tearing and falling apart.
This isn't anything, or this isn't like anything I would know of with alchemy proficiency, is it?
Let's see. Pull
I mean,
up
I'm no,
your.
I'm no chef, but I've
So go ahead and give me a alchemical check. And then 1 second before you roll. Da, da, da. And give it to me at advantage.
and alchemy's off of intelligence again.
Yes.
Oh,
All right.
I should have thrown guidance on that.
You can if you want.
24.
All right. The strange nature of this oil does stand out to you. You think it might be distilled rain vine grain.
Rain vine grain.
Yeah, so one of the common ropes that you're familiar with from your upbringing is rain vine. It's stronger than silk and much more resilient to wear and tear and damage.
Okay.
And the rain vines themselves grow all over the Gonewood, and they have pod-like clusters that are similar to like the head of a grain that grow on them. And they're a common food staple for the current nation of Valora. And based on your upbringing in the Gonewood, one way that they made really, really good oil was by distilling these grains. And the product that came out of it was a incredibly viscous liquid.
Okay. So this is just like a very viscous cooking oil.
Yeah, it's used for cooking. It's used for a lot of things. One common thing it's used for is like greasing wooden bearings because it doesn't break down like most oils do. It stays slippery a really, 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 really long time.
All right, yeah, I'll explain that to Alar and just grab the paper to show it's not dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, it's safe to
Yep.
handle. It's just it's one of those things it takes a little bit to get it off.
Right. So, would this mean that we can pretty much assume that like all this oiled pine in this structure is been oiled with this grapevine? Sorry, I think you called it
Rain
grapevine.
vine.
Rain vine oil.
Yep. Correct.
Okay.
How long does it usually last before it starts drying out and has to get re-oiled?
That's the thing.
It doesn't.
Doesn't.
Okay.
And we
So
have
this
15
place-
flasks of it?
Yes, you have 15 half-gallon flasks of it.
This is something
And,
I should be able to.
You're guessing that, dirt that was in the crates was probably straw or hay at some point? Maybe?
This is something I should be able to make if we can get rain vine grain, like through some kind of train with Valora, right? Being proficient with survival and
Yes.
alchemy. Okay.
Well, you're very familiar with the distillery process.
Yeah.
The tribe that you grew up inside of made it all the time.
Okay.
It's just when you're looking at a liquid, you're like, what the fuck is this liquid? Until you experiment more with it, and you're going, oh, it's fucking rain vine. Duh.
Well, there's a lot of liquids that are not
Oilish in
very
nature? Yeah.
safe. Yeah, if we can get supplies from Valora, could be probably make some more of this. fairly easily, given a bit of
Yeah.
time.
Sure. But for now, do you just want me to toss them in the bag of holding?
Oh yeah, the thing to note is they are half gallon and they weigh only 1 pound each. They're really light.
Yeah, you might as well.
All right. And then I'd like to check the small little pantry here for secrets and hidden things.
All right, yeah, go ahead and roll.
A curiosity. Valora's not like isolationist or anything, right? It's not weird to see Valoran stuff outside of Valora.
In the current realm of the world, yes. 800 years ago, you're not sure.
Okay.
So where you're currently headed, Genth, is a port city on the southern edge of the Republic of Wedlamar. It is the largest port in the world, and so there is a lot of throughfare of resources. And Valora is across the ocean on another continent. Well, across one of the oceans. And Valora is one of the largest military navies in the world. It is the largest military navy in the world.
Okay.
And they're also the only gunpowder navy. Nobody else has gunpowder.
Okay.
All right. But yes, you check around, kick all the tiles, looking to see if any of them are loose. Look at all the shelves and cabinets, see if there's any hidey holes in them. And you don't find anything.
Okay. Well, I guess then we head back west to the door that leads to the other half of this building, lengthwise.
All right. All right, and this is the final room in the building, as you can see, as you know. Oh, wait, yeah, check the door.
Yes, I check the door.
We skipped a step. I have to see if Under fails to detect the traps. The door does not appear to be trapped.
I open the door.
All right. And in this room ahead of you, you can see tables and benches. Looks like some sort of eatery space. And on the far end of the room, so there's more windows on the side of to the south. On the far end of the room, you can see it banks around the corner a little bit and continues. Looks like it goes all the way to the far wall as you start walking into the room a little bit.
Okay.
Lined with tables and benches.
Right. Anything of obvious note besides benches and tables?
Nope. Door on the southern wall.
Yeah. Well, then in that case, I would like to check it for secrets and hidden things.
All right. You start checking the cafeteria for secrets and hidden things. And you find on the southernmost western wall a false panel. And behind it, a box. When you bump the panel, it falls off. Like
What's
it wasn't
the
trapped or
box?
anything.
How much is what's in the box worth?
All right.
Storage bus.
All right. And this box looks to be like the one you found the booze in, about half as wide.
Okay. Does it ping on detect magic?
Nothing pings on detect magic.
All right. I check it to see if removing it would cause, traps to go off.
All right, go ahead and roll. Check the container and the surroundings for traps. All right. It does not appear to be trapped. Job check.
I heard you. I
Okay.
remove the box, and then
All
I
right.
open it.
All right. Inside, you find, identical to the bottles you found before, 2 more of those large bottles of whiskey.
Oh, very cool.
Seals
I hand those off to
intact.
Jack.
This is excellent. Look at all the booze we're finding. That's just great.
You have basically 5.5 bottles of very, very nice whiskey. The sealed bottles, Alar told you, are worth probably about 500 each. So you're carrying around 2,500 gold pieces worth of really nice whiskey.
You're
And it's
sure you
soon
want
begin
Jack to
coming.
carry this?
Well, I'm not going to drink it.
I mean, Jack's not going to care about how much it costs. If he runs out, he's going to pop the first bottle he gets to. He doesn't care the cost of it. So I'm asking again, do you want Jack to carry this really expensive wine?
Yes, because I find it funny.
I do too. This is so
Okay.
great. He is going to drink that 25 gold pieces worth of booze before you get to Ghent.
Yeah, no, he's gonna do it in like 3 days, and that's being generous.
Well, what does he do? He's gonna wait for like to find some like really like snooty like whiskey connoisseur, and he's just gonna like break this out and just chug it in front of the guy.
Oh, imagine.
Until then, we might want to keep him in
Pour
the
out
bag
a
of
bit of
holding,
my
son.
own. Pour out a bit for my homies.
All right. But yeah, as you finish exploring the dining hall and give Jack more booze, I think that's where we'll call it. You guys have finished exploring the administrative building on this
But there's
tier.
one more check I need to make.
Oh, what's that?
I need to check the hole that the box came out of for secrets and hidden things.
Oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead, roll. And while you poke around, you don't seem to find anything.
Shame.
It was worth a shot.
All right. I'm actually going to use this map as, just to kind of track where the fuck you guys have been. Not a bad idea.